Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Got my LG G7 shooting this live stream. I haven't done a live stream for some time. Hope everybody's doing well out there. If you get a chance to come on in, I'm going to talk about my 10 days with the PocoFone F1. And you can ask me some questions as well. Gonna wait for some of you to come on in. Let me know if you are in the live stream. Let me know how everything sounds. I'm going to turn down the music. Says I have 5 of you right now, but I'm going to wait a little bit. See if any of you come in. I know a lot of you are probably at work. I don't ever give any warning on whether I'm going to do a live stream or not. But I have a little bit of time right now. So I wanted to take a few minutes and hang out with all of you here on my Project 13. Chill for a few before I have to go off and finish all my other chores. And there's Don. There's Mark. Man, from the UK. Shout out, Mark Fern. I don't get Mark on very often into a live stream. Then there's Don Brock. What's going on? Mark says he's out walking. Taking a walk. That's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to just give you a little update after 10 days with my PocoFone F1. You know, I honestly thought that I was going to get a lot more attention with this device, but I'm not getting the attention that I thought, which is fine because there's the few that have come on. Obviously, they're looking for information, which is really cool. And I'm hoping that whatever I put up during the reviewing process with the PocoFone F1 will help out in one way or the other. I mean, it's a device that's not going to get 4G LTE. And if anyone out there is getting LTE on their PocoFone F1 in the United States, let me know what carrier you're with. And yeah, just let me know how you're achieving that with the PocoFone F1 down below, either in the live stream or in the comment section after the video is said and done. You know, there's Gordon Holmes. What's up, Gordon? From Australia. Man, I got the UK. I got Australia. I got more of you from outside of the United States than I have from within the United States. Mowing is done, Don says. Mark says, always bad time difference. Yeah, I agree. Don Bra says, my belief is there are those interested mostly in mid-rangers and those only interested in flagships. Yeah, that's true. So with the PocoFone F1, I think there's one area that's really taken me by surprise. I mean, I had heard that the cameras were really decent cameras. There are some reviews saying that they're okay to good, but good to really good has been where a lot of reviewers have been really surprised by the cameras. Even some top YouTube reviewers on the big stage have said they were really surprised for what you're paying for, what you're getting when it comes to the cameras. I think most out there that were going to pick up this device thought that for $300, I paid $364.99 over at Amazon, that it was going to be another Razer Essential type of story where the price point marketing type situation wasn't involved with this device. The biggest thing is no LTE here in the United States. But that everybody thought that, hey, you were going to get a device that was going to have some corners cut, but you were going to get flagship specs. But most likely the cameras were going to end up being like the Essential or the Razor the way they were in the beginning. Now, they're still not great cameras on the Razor and on the Essential. They've gotten better software update after software update. They've gotten to the point to where they get the job done, where you can take those devices out, take picture, shoot video, whether you're out on a hike or you're at a birthday party, it doesn't matter. It's going to work, and I'm good with that. I'm really happy for where the Essential and the Razor have ended up, software update after update. And I have both those devices, and I really love those devices. The PocoFone F1, everyone thought that was going to be the same basic story. You're going to get a great spec device, decent display, good dual speakers, and you were going to get subpar cameras, subpar to good cameras, even though there's been some that have been surprised by what they're reviewing on this device. I'm going to tell you something, man. These cameras are phenomenal. In my opinion, they are phenomenal. Even Big Dog, shout out to Big Dog out there, who's always harassing my videos, God bless his heart, left a comment. I mean, typically it's his comments are well, if you know Big Dog, okay? But he was really, his biggest thing was the LTE not being there, but he even liked the cameras, and you can't even please that guy. So for Big Dog to like the cameras, that's saying a lot. But with that aside, the cameras on this device are phenomenal. Look at the videos that I've uploaded during the day, in the dark especially, even though a lot of you aren't going to be shooting video in the dark like I am. You may be at a parade in the evening time. You may be out on the 4th of July, and you might be wanting to shoot some video. This device is going to handle that type of situation. Check out my early morning vlogs. Look at the pictures that I've uploaded in the comparison against the G7. The G7 being a top-notch device, in my opinion, underrated, with great cameras, especially with that wide angle camera. It's hard to beat. My G7, in my opinion, better than my S9 Plus. And I mean, just by a little bit. In some areas, the S9 Plus can do a little better. But in my opinion, the G7, just because it has that wide angle and what it can do in low light, not to say that the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus couldn't do that, but I'm talking about top tier devices, okay? And we're talking about just a little bit off, not significantly off. This device handles itself against the G7, and I'm sure it would handle itself against the S9 Plus, which would mean it would handle itself up against the Note 8. Now, I'd love to see, it's just because I'm not wanting to pick up an iPhone or a Note 9. I could, but I'm sure that the PocoFone F1, when it comes to the cameras, would put up a good fight up against those devices. Even the Pixel line. Yeah, might be. I'm sure that the Pixel would still win, because that's the device. The Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL are two devices that a lot of you out there, whether you are a reviewer or not, consumers that are raving about when it comes to the cameras. I've never had one of those either. But I'm sure that this guy right here would give it a good run. I'm really impressed with that, more so than I am the specs. But that's just my opinion. And I test a lot of devices in the early morning vlog, afternoon vlogs. I shoot a lot of video. I take a lot of pictures. I'm not a trained professional. I'm going off my experiences and my opinions for what I've tested. And I've had some top-notch devices with great cameras, to know that what I'm seeing from this guy right here is amazing. And I know a lot of you are saying, well, it doesn't have LTE. I know 3G, HSPA plus, 4G is what I'm achieving here. But it's doing the job. I'm getting by with that. But it's worth keeping a device like this when I know I'm getting great cameras. I'm getting a great 1080p display. I'm getting dual speakers that sound great. Not just are loud, but they sound great for $364.99. And again, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage, and expandable storage up to 256. Plastic body, polycarbonate body, plastic frame, feels like metal, but it is solid. You would think that this device had a metal frame. Software update already, and I have another one waiting to fix issues that I'm not having any issues with this device. So the first software update, I don't know what it fixed because I have had no issues with performance and functionality. So it said it was fixing performance and stability issues. It added July security patch, and it said it had bugs that it had to fix. I don't know what those are because, again, performance and functionality in the last 10 days with the PocoFone F1 have been phenomenal. So I don't know what got fixed, but hey, I'm glad Xiaomi, PocoFone being the subdivision of Xiaomi, whoever the software team is doing this, thank you for at least catching whatever it is needs to be fixed, and you're fixing it. Now I have another software update that's going to be fixing issues in the cameras, getting the August security patch now, and I can actually go into that. Let me see. It's going to add face unlock to Poland, France, Spain, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. So that means that they're going to keep adding face unlock to all these different regions. So it's going to make its way to the United States. I'm sure, hopefully it will. If not, there is a way that you can go in and put that to work. I don't need it. I don't use it, but Android Stud did it. He's got it going on. So it'll work. You just have to put the regions that it will take in to be able to use that functionality, the face unlock. Updated security patch. Here's the new software update that I have yet to download, and I'm going to download it after this video. Several apps couldn't be launched, so it fixed that. Virtual buttons were offset, so it fixed that. Simplified the process of turning the sound off. Adjusted status bar height. It's going to adjust the status bar height. Optimization volume for IP telephony calls. Optimization for the camera, which electronic image stabilization on this device is the best EIS I've seen on any device that has EIS. Any device. Sony devices have that. They have OIS on the front, I think. I might be wrong. But there are devices that I've had, and I have with OIS and EIS. This PocoFone F1 with EIS is the best that I've seen on any device. Check out my videos, please. It's amazing. I show you the difference with and without, and it's like it has optical image stabilization. It does better than the LG G7 that I'm using right now to shoot this live stream with optical image stabilization. It does way better. That's my opinion. And it's fixing the camera's launching process and image stabilization. And yeah, I mean, so I'm going to download this too as well. Battery life. Let me go back to answering some questions before I move on, because you know me. Once I get talking, I just talk. I just start spewing it out. There's Mikey114. What's up, my project? What's up, Mikey? What's up, TJ? What's up, Corianos Hobbs? Tuna Tony. Am I saying that right? Tuna Tony? What's up? Let's see. I'm going to go back a little ways here. Maybe problem was that YouTube was flooded with unboxing and reviews. Maybe I just thought I was going to get a lot more of an audience with this device than I'm getting, but it's okay. Like I said, if I can help one, then what I'm doing here in my Project 13 is complete. I do this to have fun. I don't want to lose the joy. When I start losing the fun in it, I take a break. I take a break because I get overwhelmed with everything else in life too as well, because I don't want to lose the fun in this journey. But the one thing that I've always said is if I can help one, then I've done my job. But I'd like to help many more. Is it 5.8, bro? What, the size of this display is 6.1. 6.1 with a notch that you can hide in the settings. Are you a paid influencer? No, I'm not. Tuna Tony. Why, do I sound like it? Nobody's paying me. I mean, I make a little bit of money on from YouTube, but it ain't very much. So, but I manage my money wisely. I could be a financial advisor. Mark, for a great device for the money, but I wanted a bigger screen, so I'm waiting for the Honor Note 10. You know what? I want you to leave me some feedback on the Honor Note 10 because I was looking at that device, Mark. Poco versus Axon 7, which you prefer? From Loyalty Mean Everything. Hey, if you're in the stream and you're not subscribed to the team, please subscribe. I know a lot of you are, and I appreciate it. Thank you for being part of Team My Project 13. But if you're not, and you have to check out a few videos, then go do that. But this is what I do. Okay, I try to come on and do what I do here, and just be me. And sometimes that annoys some out there because I got a lot of enthusiasm, maybe too much enthusiasm, huh? Okay, so remember, there's no LTE on the PocoFone F1. So if we're taking that category out of the versus the Axon 7, well, as far as performance and functionality, I got to give it to the PocoFone F1. You got the Poco launcher over the top of MIUI 9.6, launcher over the top of Android Oreo 8.1. Android Pie coming soon, and MIUI 10 coming soon. MIUI 10, which is going to give this device Android Pie like functionality. Okay, so it's going to change up a lot of areas on this device. So that's coming soon. Speakers on the Axon 7 still better than the PocoFone F1, but performance and functionality, I give it to the PocoFone. Cameras, I definitely give it to the PocoFone. Cameras. Display is a 2K display on the Axon 7, but this 1080p IPS display, no issues whatsoever. In the settings, you can change the temperature of your display. So if you're into watching a lot of sci-fi movies, you can always have it set to cool to really get the best out of those type of movies. If you're into the drama and maybe comedies and love stories, you can have it set to warm, so visually you get that experience. But some out there like a warm temperature to their display because they like everything more to what real life is like when you're actually looking around. I like it to be a little punchier, so I have mine set to cool. So you can mess with that in the settings, which is really cool. Battery life, man. Battery life has been amazing. I got 8 hours. Let me go back to battery life. Let me pull up battery life. Right here, I don't know if you can see that, 8 hours and 15 minutes. Right here, I got 8 hours. You can see that. And another time I got 8 hours and 24 minutes. So basically, really heavy usage, moderate to heavy. 8 hours seems like what I'm going to be getting with the PocoFone F1. 4,000 milliamp battery. That is amazing. That is amazing. 8 hours of screen on time. That's the average. Now, I don't mind if a device gets 4.5 hours, 5 hours. I don't mind that. I don't mind plugging in once a day. That doesn't bother me. That's why most of these devices have fast charge. You got fast charge on here, 3.0. So it'll charge really fast. And I've seen it. I've tested this device just to see how fast it charges. And oh my gosh, it's amazingly fast when it's utilizing 3.0 fast charge. But you're really not going to need it because, well, it gets about 8 hours screen on time. A lot of users out there are getting 8 hours. That's the PocoFone F1. Again, no LTE. I get it. 3G, HSPA Plus, and 4G. That's what I'm getting. Now, I talked to a T-Mobile rep. I have a screenshot here. And I got it set. I don't know if you can see that. I got it set to T-Mobile EPC, T-Mobile US, epc.tmobile.com instead of T-Mobile US, fast.tmobile.com. Fast T-Mobile is for LTE. EPC is set up for 4G, HSPA Plus, and 3G. What's happening is that if you have it set to the LTV APN, we're talking about APNs here, my apologies. It's going to be looking for LTE, but it's not going to get LTE. So that can cause your stability in being connected not to be stable. So your connectivity will not be stable if your device is looking for something that it's not going to get. So EPC is designed for that. APN settings is designed to get the 3G, the HSPA plus, and the 4G. And so it doesn't look for anything else. It doesn't go down another road looking for something it doesn't need to. And so your stability and connectivity with 3G, 4G, HSPA plus is going to be a lot better than if it's set up on something and a setting in APN that it's not going to get. And I got roaming on all the time. I don't get charged for that. So roaming's on all the time. So if I go to an area where I need different connectivity from a different service, it'll be connected with that. So that's why I think I'm getting pretty decent connectivity, because it's set on the right APNs. I've been testing that out. Even though I was talking to the T-Mobile reps about this, I still wanted to test that out. And it seems like that's pretty much what's going on here. Is that if you got a device that's 4G, 3G, HSPA plus, have it set to the right settings when it comes to the APNs. epc.tmobile.com. Talk to your carrier. If you don't know how to go in and do any of this in the settings, don't mess with it. Okay? So having it set to T-Mobile US, fast T-Mobile is LTE, and it's not going to work as well if it's set to EPC. Okay? If you have any questions, leave that down below, but it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's go back to some questions here. Hey, Big Dog's in the house. I was just talking about you, Big Dog. So hopefully I answered the question with the Poco versus the X-Zone 7. Big Dog says, iPhone XS for the win. Did you get the iPhone XS, Mr. Big Dog? Roy Sanchez, what is up? How have the speeds been on T-Mobile since it's only picking up? The speeds have been basically around, let me see if I have a screenshot of that. They're not, obviously it's not going to be like LTE speeds. The speeds are a lot slower, and that's to be expected when you don't have LTE. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go and run some speeds, and then, well, let me run one right now, actually. I'll run one right now. It's finding a server, T-Mobile. It's not going to be that good, but it's not that bad either. Oh, wait, my bad. My bad. I got this running off my LG G7 because my SIM card is in the G7. That's why I'm able to do this live stream. So, screenshot as fast, obviously, as if you had LTE. Probably only getting like on download speeds, I think I'm getting right around 10 megabytes. Let me see if I can go to... Yeah, I don't have anything. So I'm going to do that in a separate video, but I think I'm getting like basically like 10, 12 make download speeds. And then on upload speeds, it's like 3, 4. Yeah, not that fast. But again, when I'm using the PocoFone F1 out and about, I'm being connected. I'm connected. I'm going to where I need to go, even if I have to wait a few seconds to get to where I'm needing to go. It's not, I got the patience. It's not that bad at all. There are times that I don't even know I'm actually, I don't have LTE. It's running as though LTE is there. But I also live in an area where T-Mobile works really good for me. I mean, if I was living out on the country, there might be a lot more of a struggle, or out at the coast. So I'll give more information on that later. I appreciate the question. Yeah, I just realized that my my PocoFone F1 is I'm utilizing my LG G7 as a hotspot. So that wasn't a fair comparison. There's Jay Will. What is up? Man, I didn't even get the notification that you were live. You didn't miss a whole lot. I'm just giving an update on my PocoFone F1, Jay. I'm glad you're here. Roy Sanchez says, makes sense. If it is the wrong APN setting, it's going to continue to search for that and drain battery. Exactly. Lone Wolf 22, Germany, what is up? I got Australia, I got the UK, I got Germany. Woo, man, love it. Hopefully you're subscribed. I want to know if lag or have stutters. If you had it, I'm not a gamer, but with that aside, I have had no lag, no stutter in performance. Performance functionality, thumbs up, has been top notch on the PocoFone F1. Okay, again, when I'm out and about connecting to the web or to YouTube or to some of my apps, I have to wait a few seconds. Sometimes it just goes in right away. Sometimes it takes a little, but that's not lag. That's just connectivity. But as far as once it's there, there is no issues going on with lag or performance whatsoever. Jay Williams, 10 megabits down on 3G is really fast because there are tons of LTE speeds that are not that fast. Jay, thank you for that information. It really isn't. So, but you saw what it was doing on Wi-Fi. It was being connected to my LG G7, man. It was way up there. Roy Sanchez, hey, those speeds are still pretty good. Matches or meets the network speeds on Cricket Wireless. Good information. Thank you, Roy Sanchez. Go live more often. Loyalty mean everything says. I don't always get a chance to go live, man. Hey, you know what? I just had a few minutes. What time is it? 11:30, 12:31. I got about 15 more minutes. But basically, I wanted to just connect with all of you guys live and give you an update on my PocoFone F1. We all know that there's no LTE, and if there is, please leave that information down below in the comment section or in the live stream. I'd like to know. But for the most part, there's no LTE. Make sure your APNs are set up right for a device like the PocoFone F1 so you're getting the best connectivity with your carrier. Ask your carrier for those type of details. Number two, the cameras. Amazing. Amazing cameras. This device will hold its own against the top-notch flagship devices out there. It may not be better, but it will hold its own. I'm really, really blown away by the cameras. Number three, the price point. Number four, battery life. 8 hours or more is what I'm achieving every day. Every day. Software update. I got one. I have another one waiting for me to go into and download. Like the Essential and Razor, software update after software update, PocoFone is getting the same thing. Shout out to the Xiaomi software crew out there for staying on top of this device. It is a fluid, fast device. The 1080p IPS display is gorgeous. It's not 2K gorgeous, it's 1080p gorgeous, which today in 2018, that's good. This is good. This is really good. My media intake is just, yeah. Connectivity. It's doing it. It's getting the job done. Are you going to have patience at times? Sure. Now, imagine if they released the PocoFone F1 to all four carriers in the United States at that price point. Everyone would have one of these. And even if you didn't need a new smartphone, you would have one just to have one at that price point. I'm hoping that they will release a variant for the United States, at least GSM unlocked. I'd love to see all four carriers. I'd love to see this device all over through the United States in a lot of your hands, because this device is to be reckoned with for the price point and for what you're getting. It's not glass, it's not metal, but it's got a great solid body, plastic polycarbonate material, plastic frame that feels like metal. It's solid. It's got a nice weight. It feels good. Sure, it has a notch, but you can hide that notch. There's a lot of good going on here with this device. It's just for a lot of you that LTE is the issue. If you can survive without LTE, if you can survive with 3G, 4G, and HSPA+, it's a device to consider. Now, remember, it doesn't matter where you buy it from. Amazon, I would suggest Amazon. You have a return policy. So if you really didn't like it, they may charge you a restocking fee. You could always return it and get something else. But maybe you want to bring it in and at least try and see what it may do for you. I know that there's some viewers that have sent some feedback that it wasn't working where they lived. And then there are some that say it's just amazing where they live. It's really, really good for me where I live. It's been doing great, and that's what I wanted to share with you. That if you wanted to go out on a limb and at least try it, try it. It may end up being an amazing device for you with connectivity and then everything else that comes with this device that I'm just totally blown away. The cameras, man. I'm just telling you, man, the cameras are just, woo. Let's see. Let's go back. Joe Garza, even though lower speeds, are they consistent? Do you see? They are pretty consistent. They are pretty consistent. I haven't had. I only lost, and this hasn't had nothing to do with lower speeds, but the consistency is there. It's been for 10 days. It's been pretty darn consistent. I only lost connectivity once out in the country. My wife and I were going out to meet some friends. And then I saw that I had lost connectivity and I got bummed out really quick. I shared the story in a video, but as quick as I was looking at that on my PocoFone F1, my wife says to me, she was driving her Samsung Galaxy Note 8 T-Mobile variant 4G LTE device, was up on her iAudi Easy One Touch 2. She lost connectivity. So we both lost connectivity at the same time. It just wasn't my PocoFone. We hit an area where there was no connectivity. It was like a little dead pocket. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I have my roaming on now. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But when hers came back on, once we got out of this area, mine came back on too. So that's the only issue that I've ran into with connectivity. And as far as the speeds, even though they're lower speeds, everything has been pretty consistent. You know, again, at times it goes in really quick, and at times there's that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 second a delay of going into where I need to go into. But that's nothing to be complaining about, in my opinion. Udo Nice. Yo, my dude. What's up, man? Jay Williams. Oh, Udo Nice is saying what's up to Jay Will. Got himself a fan out there. Is Phone Tech at Work in here? Oh, yeah. Zay, what's up, Phone Tech at Work? Let's say Jay Williams. Hey, I guess I'll buy it because so many people have it. My inbox is asking me if I'm going to review it. Jay, again, if you don't like it, you hate it, you can always return it. But if you get pretty decent connectivity where you live, again, knowing it's 4G, 3G, HSPA+, there's a lot to love about this device, and you will dig the cameras. You're going to compare it to your iPhone. Was that the Max that you just brought in and your Note 9? So you got some really good videos there to make and share to take this device up against those flagship devices. I mean, I have the money to get those devices. I was just at T-Mobile looking at the iPhone, and I just can't seem to spend the money on that device. There's not too much upgraded. I mean, better speakers, better display, better cameras, but unless you want a bigger iPhone, it's still the same experience. So I just can't seem to get myself to go that direction. But I know that this device is going to hold its own up against a lot of flagships, especially in the camera areas. And battery life, it's going to kill a lot of flagship devices. And performance, with the PocoFone launcher, the MIUI launcher, and Android, all three together, optimization on this device, it's top notch. Performance is there. Crazy. And then he says, I'm going to give it away after I review it. Woo! For some of you out there who want a new PocoFone F1, be watching Jay's channel. He's going to be doing a giveaway. I'm not going to quote him on that, though, because he may love it so much he might want to keep it. Jay says, my Vivo Nex S is a true winner with LTE for the US. Bala phone. You need to grab that one. I was looking at it when it was 600 and something. I was definitely looking at it. And I don't know if that price point's still there, but I'll go check it out. Don Bra, I know, bro. Hard to spend the extra precious bones on the boring iPhone. Shout out to Don Bra, man. Yo, Anthony, I missed those early morning AM vlogs when you're driving. I'm still doing the early morning vlogs, man. and you can watch them later. Anyway, so there's my update. Sorry I didn't have any screenshots of the speeds on my PocoFone F1 as far as download and upload speeds. But yeah, it's pretty consistent. So I'll do some screenshots on that. And then whatever video I'm doing next, whether it's an early morning vlog or afternoon vlog, I'll bring up that subject and I'll edit in those screenshots and let you see what I'm getting. But yeah, man, it's, at the end of the day, I'm just having a lot of fun with a device that doesn't have LTE in 2018 in the United States. And because right now, like, why would you even bring a device without LTE? Well, if it can work, why not? Right? If you can make it work, why not? And if everything else is there and it's worth that experience, then why not? That's me. I sort of do things kind of different from others out there. And I know a lot of other YouTubers didn't want to bring it in because of that. But shout out to Android Stud who did bring his in, and he's getting great connectivity with 4G, 3G, and HSPA plus. So yeah, I mean, it's something that I'm just hoping that PocoFone F1 US variant will be released soon. That Xiaomi will that they're working on something right now that they can get this device out to many others who want to buy it. They just want LTE. But I'm telling you, I would take a risk, in my opinion, go out on a limb and buy it and test it out. If not, return it if it doesn't work. But for me, it's doing really good. I gave you a lot of updates on different areas of the phone. Again, it's a really fun device. It's a really, really fun device. Sure, the notch is there. You have to keep, when you're watching movies and videos, you have to keep it at a certain aspect ratio so you don't let the notch get in the way. I will say this. I know that, let me see if I can bring up, if you notice down at the bottom there, those corners, and then you have, what happens is when you're watching a movie, you'll have a straight edge line here and then those corners there. And that might be annoying to someone watching a video, but honestly, to me, it's no different than having the notch on the other side there that can get in the way. I mean, my eye always seems to go over that way on my G7. It sees the little outline of the notch there. So that happens over here, but you get used to it and it works. So that very area that I hate the most, which is the notch, at least you can cover it up if you want to. But when a device is as good as, for me, the PocoFone F1 or the LG G7, you end up being really forgiving of those areas. And in life, you got to forgive. Can't hang on to that anger and that hate, right? You got to be forgiving. So if the device just really sucked, then it would make that area even more annoying. So it would go back. Anyway, let's read what else is going on here. Jay Will, use my link and you can get it for 620. All right, I'm going to go check that out, Jay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Phone ticket work. I lived that HSP life with the Honor Note 8. It wasn't bad at all. Thank you. Appreciate that. Feedback, phone tech at work. See, it works. And again, there may be some areas, though, and it may not work at all. So remember that. Disclaimer. Don Bra says, forgive has power. Lots of power. All right, everybody. That's it. Man, I did a lot of rambling, didn't I? Did a lot of rambling. Yeah. If there's any questions that I didn't answer, my apologies. But after the video is said and done and it uploads, please leave those questions down below in the comment section if I didn't answer a question. If you're new to the channel, let me know that. Please subscribe, share on your social media as well, share the videos. But yeah, anything else, just leave it down below in the comment section. Go watch the other videos. Check it out. The cameras are amazing. The cameras are amazing. I can't stress that enough. The build quality, solid. Performance functionality, solid. My media intake, solid. Battery life, solid. Okay? Connectivity. It's working. It's working. Software updates. Xiaomi, thank you. You're doing great. I love it. I love it. Can't wait to get MIUI 10. Woo! It's a lot. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for being on this journey with me. Till my next live stream, which I don't know when that will be. Till my next smartphone. Till my next video. Till my next whatever. Love spending time with you guys. All right, everybody. I'm out. God bless. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Appreciate it. Have a great day.